Now, we have got the moment that stops the nation each and every week. Kat came off the back fence with it this week, and I'm expecting bigger and better things this week. Timmy's Stats Deep Dive. A little bit less off the fence this week. I'm not going to lie. We have to be honest here.
I was putting a bit too much emphasis on like the cameras and stuff.
The cameras,
Sorry about
yeah.
that.
Still angry at me for the white shirt debacle.
Yeah, she's not
It's
happy.
really thrown me, Timmy. I'm
She
not
was saying
going to
what she
lie.
did to Sowie.
Yeah.
Beat the shit out of him. He had it coming, though.
Yeah, deserved it.
He did deserve it. He deserves everything he gets, that fella. Shout out to him. Speaking of guys that deserve everything, first man on the list, Siua Wong, my boy. Shout out to him. Saw him at the footy the other day.
Have you ever met him? Have you ever met him?
But didn't the other day. Brushed me. Pretty rough. Shout out to you, Wong.
I saw that with my own eyes. He definitely brushed you.
So not only does he have big work rate, but he's very switched on.
He's very switched on, very elusive to another tackle break for the kid. Thanks for that, mate. I appreciate it. I haven't supported you for like a decade now. It's fine. It's fine. I'll deal with it. Talk to me about Wong.
Yeah, well, Wong flown under the radar.
Not in some households.
I was going to say, geez.
Not in some households.
Averaging 67, 190K in price rises, 119 against the Rabbitohs. His break-even's now negative 24, so he's very much still a buy for anyone interested. 52 in base is the most impressive thing, mate. And if you take out round one, the 4 games since, his base is 56.25. No, not a heap of, get him up here, but no sort of major attacking stats to his name either, I don't believe.
He had a few on the weekend, but outside
Hasn't
of that.
scored, has he?
No, hasn't scored a try yet.
Yeah.
I think he had a try assist last weekend, Sonny Bill Wong. But yeah, it's mate, from attacking stats point of view, it's been pretty quiet throughout the season.
He has
averaging 67.
no tries, 1 try assist, this in 5 games, 1 try contribution. He has 1 line break, 2 line break assists, both of which came last weekend. So outside of last weekend, not a lot. You started with him though.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
I was that last year.
Last year I did, yeah. Last year I heap started with him. That was probably, I remember getting on the plane to go to LA and I had 14 hours after seeing him get named and I just sat there like a fucking Cheshire cat. It was like that movie where they're all smiling at each other in a creepy fucking way. Or that was me. And then that all fell apart very, very quickly.
I know, I remember.
You know how you can put you can create stickers in your messages?
Uh-huh. Well, no, but I don't know how to use my phone.
Yeah, I know. You just learned how to text. Well,
Jeez, wow.
back when you were going through your big Siua Wong phase, you got me to edit something, and I had created a sticker of Siua Wong by accident. I still have it in my text.
Very good.
I'm waiting till the day that I accidentally send Wong to someone.
Speaking of me being a boomer, what did I do yesterday that you thought was just ridiculous? What was the singer called?
Totes.
You'll like
Tones
this
and
one,
I,
Timmy. This is so
we're
embarrassing.
going to an event where Tones and I is performing, and the guy that sent us the email, his name's Jace, and I was going to call you by your government name,
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce. So Bruce calls me, Guru calls me, and he says, "Yes, I've read Jace's email. Not going to lie, I thought when he said Tones and I, he was going to be performing with Tones."
She almost died. She was like, "Are you serious?"
I was like,
"That's 100%."
That's one of your worst. I was actually uncomfortable after he told me.
No, that's fantastic.
That's very good. I was
That's
like,
so
"Oh,
good.
That's pretty funny, Jace. I'll
Yeah.
back that." I don't know who Tones is, but I'm keen to see you get stuck into it. That's mad.
He's like, I'm glad I clarified before I said to Jace, "Hey, like, what instrument are you playing?"
Congrats, man.
I'm impressed with the joke, but I'm more impressed that you knew who Tones and I was.
No, I didn't. That's
you
what I'm saying.
genuinely
No,
didn't.
no.
No. When I read "and I genuinely thought, he's going to get up and sing.
I
Cool.
thought you
No,
were,
no.
I thought
I'm
you
into
were
that.
taking
Timmy,
a piss.
No.
That wasn't him making a bad joke. That was him genuinely not knowing if Jace was going to perform.
100% genuine. Yeah.
Music, I was going to say not your strong point. It could be your weakest point.
Oh, it's without a doubt my weakest point.
Yeah.
Unless it's the gambler, I can't help you. And even if it is the gambler, I can't help you that much. So, yeah,
Who sings the gambler?
It's Johnny Cash. I'm a huge fan. I'm kidding.
Who is it?
I'm actually shooting a fucking blank at the moment.
The one,
Kenny Rogers, yeah.
The
Shout out to
one
Kenny
song
Rogers
in your
Chicken.
name you didn't know.
That was a bit
my
embarrassing.
goodness.
Nah, it's whenever we're playing like a board game or something and it's like a question thing and it's music, Beck just flips the table. She's like, fuck it. We're not getting anywhere. This is ridiculous. Good times. Now that we're done bullying me, let's get to the yo-yo. Isaiah Yeo, talk to me.
Yeah, Isaiah Yeo, don't think I've ever owned him. Had never even really been interested in him, but then you get to the end of every season and go, shit, wish I owned Isaiah Yeo. Not like he's the best player in the world or anything based on 2024.
Very fair. Yep.
Averaged 74 last year, which is elite 2RF. And he's bottomed out in price at 648K. He's dropped 78K so far this season. 50 base per game, to be honest, I think that'll only increase. A lot of points in their games so far. I think their defence has to get better. These games have to tighten up for the Panthers. The benefit also to Isaiah Yeo is that because they've struggled early, he can't be given too many early showers. He'll be more likely to back up for games around Origin. Mate, at 648K, he's a great buy. Like, the stats are there and have been for a number of years to back it up. He's a great buy, Isaiah Yeo.
Why do you think we don't have him? Why do you think we never own him? Is it just that he doesn't have the high ceiling that we look at?
Honestly, boring. Like, just gets through his work, doesn't have the high ceiling. But at the end of the day, the average is the average. So, like, because he's so consistent, he has his base, he plays his big minutes, there's never a question mark over role. He comes out and he scores his 60, 70, 80, the odd try, assist or try might get him to 90, nip the ton. But then you compare to like Fifita and Crichton and Eli Katoa, and you just...
I was just about to name those three and say to you, there is nothing you could tell me that would make me want Isaiah Yeo more than those three dudes.
And so, like, you look at Isaiah Yeo, averaged 74 last year, 69 before that, 66 before that. Like, Katoa, who's up and down, he was 73 last year, he was 64 the year before. Olakwatu, who we both own, he averaged 68 last year.
I don't own him.
I do.
Oh, that sucks. Like Olakwatu, who we see is a great buy and playing awesome footy.
Playing his
Disagree.
100th game this weekend.
Yeah, right.
He averaged 6 less than Isaiah Yeo last year and has never averaged over 70, over 69.
That's why I don't own him.
Yeah. So
Flight tracker.
that's all right. Man, they get a lot of
Say
flat
it to
track
his
games.
face.
They get less. You know what? He's such a nice guy. I don't think he'd kill me. He
Yeah,
could,
nah.
but I don't think he would. He's a big guru guy.
Yeah, he's
Is
not.
he?
He likes,
He
his
likes all
stuff.
that shit. He loves it. He's
Schmalls.
a big guy.
Anyway, food for thought. Mr. Reliable, great buy.
Val Holmes at the Dragons. He has looked a lot better than what I thought he would there, mate. A guy that I'm going to be interested in at some point this year. I do wonder if maybe the best time to have him may have passed though, but I'm keen to hear your thoughts. I don't know if I can own the entire Dragons left edge though.
Why? I mean, I get that point, but why, like, for the general Supercoach, why would the best time have passed?
Oh, I just because he started so hot. Like I haven't even had a look at his stats boards. He gone set like his scores actually haven't been that crazy.
He hasn't started hot at all.
I thought they'd be a bit bigger than that. Yeah,
No,
wow. Okay.
He's dropped 80K, so he's down to 703K, break even 68. And, mate, we've spoken week in, week out, which is quite funny about how freaking good the left edge of the Dragons look. And we speak Gutho and we speak Tui Pilotu. And then the one that we're overlooking is the bloke who actually is the best in his position at Supercoach, and it's Val Holmes, who he's now dropped coin. This terrifies me as a non-Gutho owner, but their draw, it doesn't get any harder. They've got Titans, Manly, Roosters, Tigers, Warriors. It's pretty good. Yeah, just one where you go on that red hot edge. Val's got to start to come into conversations. We've hardly mentioned him all year.
Well, mate, this is the first time I've looked at his stats. Just from eyeballing him, I assumed his stats were a lot better than this.
And
So
I said, 65-point average, dropped that 81K, base of 32 per game. He's goal kicking. He's gone 70 plus in 3 of his 4 games without obviously having that big one. So, yeah.
I think it's worth noting as well, like he's only played 4 games. 2 of them were against Canterbury and Melbourne, who for me, they might be the new like Penrith for me. I kind of
At the moment, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of take them out and go,
Yeah.
oh, okay, they're so much better defensively than these other sides, so I don't read into it as much. So, yeah, and to score 70 and 71 against them,
Yeah.
pretty fucking
And
good.
then you look at, I mean, I know you love little Michael Dublé, the double up. And
the daily double.
yeah, as a non-Gutho owner, and we'll get to my trade soon, but I probably won't end up with Gutho unless he just really continues to just shove it in my face. Actually, that's a lie. There's a way I can do it. We'll get to it later. Just the Val and Tui Pilotu combo. You know, we know the Dragons or their shape, and it's the cut ball from Gutho to him, and Val might get cut out, but they often just hit Val early and say, mate, do what you can.
Yep.
And it ends up beating the player, tip onto Tui Pilotu. So, yeah.
Dave Fifita named on the bench again this week, mate. Are we thinking this is a bit of silly buggers? Are we expecting him to start there?
Stuffed if I know. He played off the bench all year and they were going well. They started him and played him 65 minutes and they got belted. So I don't know. I mean, in fact, I don't think he starts because the only reason it happened last week was because both Jojo Fifita was out, Sammy or someone went to the wing, Fermor played centre, so I'd open the spot. Anyway, stat deep dive.
Talk to me.
46 points last week when he got that start in 65 minutes, very poor. 650k, break even of 89. Like, you'd think he'd be getting to that point where you're like, oh, Dave Fifita, get ready to cash in on the big fella. Look, regardless of minutes and role and all that and price, he's just not the same at the moment, statistically speaking. I mean, even eye test, he doesn't look that good, does he? But this season, he's busted 6 tackles and had 5 offloads in 4 games. Against the Dolphins last week, he had 5 runs, like in what world? Putting this in perspective, mate, last year, he averaged 5.35 tackle bust per game. He's had 6 this season.
Wow.
He's just not doing much, basically.
All things considered, he did pretty well to score 42 in base on the weekend.
Yeah.
Considering 5
Without
runs.
the attack, 5 runs.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
So just the question is like, if and when and at all, and what do we need to see for Dave Fifita to be an option again? Because you're not doing much.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, I had in my mind, he'll be cheaper and I'll buy Dave Fifita. But if it's this version of Dave Fifita, is it worth doing it?
Like, if he's playing off the bench and he's playing that 55, 60-minute role, you probably don't want to be paying much more than 600 max for him. And then if he starts and locks into an 80-minute role, like you probably just pick him up at whatever price. But while he's off the bench, and to be fair to your credit, we had this in, I think, the late show last week, and I sort of said, I could still get around a 60-minute Dave Fifita because he's that good and that destructive. But when I really crunch the numbers, not very appealing.
And I think even if he does get to the 80 minutes again, mate, like he has still got those 2 fullbacks that are not ball players that don't put him in great spots. That's the big thing,
right? Like he's not getting fed the quality ball.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily negative for the Titans. Like they're playing good footy. It's just that's not suiting their style at the moment.
Which is all we care about realistically
Absolutely.
when it comes to Supercoach. Now, is this meant to be Wayde Egan? Or is this a Dylan Egan
No,
mistake?
this is Wayde Egan.
I love that. Cool. Came off the bye last week. I haven't looked at his stats at all, mate, but just eye test this year, I've really enjoyed watching Wayde Egan play his footy. He looks great at the moment.
Key to Wayde Egan is just staying on the field.
Yeah, it's about staying on the field and staying conscious.
Yeah, exactly right. And, mate, he's the top averaging hooker in Supercoach this year with an average of 74.8. He's at 608K. He's 8 points clear of second best, and that's Max Plath.
Jesus.
Max Plath, who's a bloody back rower. Tommy Starling's 3rd, Sam Verrill's 4th, Connor Watson 5th, Cam McKenna 6th, Peter Mamazella 7th. So, like, we had a big discussion on the hooking position on the SC Playbook podcast and what our plan is there because, these Starling, Mamazella, Sandon Smith soon are starting to max out. And what do you do? Is it Harry Grant? Because he hasn't hit the ground running this year. Wayde Egan, as I said, 608K with a 75 average. Most impressively, though, firstly, he's playing 80 minutes per game, has a base of 51. We know he can find some attack. Wayde Egan, like, you've got to sit there and considering him. Like, I'm still very keen on Harry Grant as he drops in price, but Wayde Egan's the one bashing out the numbers.
And I mean, Wayde Egan, out of all the hooker options, well, the ones that I would seriously consider anyway, he's the only one that won't play Origin too. I did it last year, do you remember?
Yeah, didn't end well.
Didn't end well at all.
He's one of them ones where he's always seems relevant at some point in the season. You think with doing it, you actually pulled the trigger last year and it just never seems to work out.
Yeah, no, and the guy that actually drafted him last year will never forgive me because I ruined it for him. I'd actually be interested if you go back and have a look at his stats from the first 4 weeks last year. I reckon he started very, very well there as well, and then it sort of faded a little bit. But yeah, I think it's worth considering. He's a guy that I probably wasn't going to look at personally. So if you have a look at last year, yeah, he played the first week. He got a HIA, I think, but then after that he went 69, 88, 78, 66. Then I brought him, and he went 50, 43, 50, 11. Always the fucking way. So we'll see with Wayde Egan. I don't think I've got the balls to do it after last year. I don't think my wee little heart can take any more. But I respect anyone that does do it, Timbo. Can you seriously see yourself considering him or?
No, but the reason for that is no disrespect to him, I've just got in my head that I want Harry Grant, and I know people are going cold on him and they're saying, too many chefs in the kitchen is the line, but he's the best hooker in the game. The attacking stats will come. He's bottoming out. So Harry Grant, I'm just so locked in on that idea.
I still don't mind the idea of a Connor Watson at 9.
I do like Connor Watson. I still think I want to go Harry Grant, and look, they're both going to miss to Origin, so where Wayde Egan would come into the conversation is the Origin period, right?
Yeah, for sure.